I'm going to wait until the bubble bursts before I buy a home. I think I'm going to wait till prices come down a little more before I buy a home. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're thinking? Because that is what I'm talking about, and I'm going to start right now. Hi there, what is up? I'm Kathy Williams, your friend in real estate here in Orlando. And if you are interested in the Orlando lifestyle and all things real estate, then go ahead and smash that like button or hit it or tap it. Just, you don't have to destroy it or anything. Just, you can be gentle and just tap it. But that will help my video reach the people that are needing to know the same information that you are needing to know. So today I wanted to talk to you about this crazy real estate market. And if I had $1 for every time I heard someone say, I'm gonna wait until the bubble bursts, or I'm gonna wait until the prices go down, I would have a lot of money. I would have at least a pile of money here. So today I just want to address that because this is really an important topic. There's so much misinformation out there, I guess is what I'm saying. So I don't want you to get any more misinformation. And also, here it is for you to understand. The real estate market is very hyper-local. So a lot of times when people are talking about things in the real estate market, they're talking in their state or their part of the country. And real estate is actually very hyper-local. So there's a lot of different nuances per different part of the country. And I'm going to talk about that in this video so you can kind of help understand like what is specifically going on in Central Florida, which is where I serve and my team serves. So I'm going to give you 3 questions to answer to help walk you through or maybe talk you off the ledge of the housing market bubble getting ready to burst, or the prices getting ready to drop like crazy, because I really want some clarity here. Let's get clarity. Okay, question number 1. Is your home an asset? Well, that's a really good question, and it's not meant to be a trick question, I promise. But if you answered yes, your home is an asset, then you would be wrong. Your home is actually not considered an asset. The reason why, and basically is because you live in your home and you don't have access to the increase or the gains that you're making on the house until you sell it. So if you're in your home for just a very short specified amount of time, then there's a chance you could kind of call your home an asset. But if you are living in your home and you're planning on living there for a decent amount of time, then your home is really not your asset. And I'm talking about your primary residence. So what is troublesome about the thinking of your home being an asset is that people want to try to time the market, and they want to buy at a certain time that's going to help them leverage some type of growth in their home price. And really, if you talk to practically any certified financial planner or someone who's going to help you grow your wealth in the market, they're always going to say to you, do not try to time the market, just consistently invest in the market. And when you buy your primary residence, it's kind of like that. Even though it's not an asset, you are investing in the market over time because you're making your payments monthly, right? You're making your payments on your home. So it's kind of a bad way of thinking to think of your home as an asset and to try to time the market, because we don't know what's going to happen, but we do have some great indicators, some economic indicators that we can trust to give us a good idea of what is going to happen next. So you can build your long-term financial well-being from home ownership. But what people are trying to do by timing the market, they're missing out the point of right now. If you're buying right now with the low interest rates, getting into a home is actually giving you a hedge against inflation. So right now the market is, people say it's high, it's too high, and it's not sustainable. But I think that there's a lot of economic indicators that show that it is sustainable, and I want to show you those today. And before I get to question number 2, in thinking about your home as a way to build wealth, if you look at renting, and I'm sure you've heard this many, many times, but if you're looking at renting, you don't have any stability there. Prices can go up $100 a year, $200 a year, $300 a year. I know people who 5 years ago were paying $1,000 rent that are paying close to $2,000 now. So you don't have any way of having a way to lock that in. With home ownership, obviously with a mortgage, you've got that locked in. So you have that stability that your home price is not going to go up. And housing is our number one expense in our lives. So having that locked in helps you have a strategy of keeping your finances safe and solid, which is a hedge against inflation. With everything else rising in price, everything from homes, obviously, to wood, to toilet paper, to meat and gas, well, you can see that it would be nice to have one thing in your budget that is stable and is not increasing in price. So on to question number 2. Is it a seller's market? So I know you've heard me talk about the seller's market versus a buyer's market. A seller's market is going to be if there's less than 6 months of inventory. And of course, Orlando, we've had less than 6 months of inventory for 7 or 8 years now. It's been a seller's market for a long time here, but now it's getting into critical terms. So of course, just as a quick reminder, a seller's market is like supply and demand, right? When the demand is high and the supply is low, prices are going to come up. When supply is high and demand is low, prices are going to come down. So right now, supply is low, demand is high, prices are going to come up, and they're going to continue to go up. Now, what people are saying is this sustainable? Can they continue to rise? And there are so many indicators showing that they are going to be able to continue to rise, not at the same pace that they did last year. And nobody, I think, is speculating that, but 3 to 7.9% is what some different, like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, are saying that, as well as Forbes, Redfin, and CoreLogic. These are all industries that focus exclusively on real estate, and so their models are all showing a 3 to 8%, which is a pretty wide range. But like I said, real estate is hyper local. So where maybe someplace like Kentucky, maybe their real estate market will only go up 3%, but Florida may go up to the 7 or 8%, which I'm kind of leaning towards that because inventory here is super low. Like right now, inventory is less than a month. So we have had consistently the last 3 months, less than 1 month of inventory in Central Florida. And what does that mean? That means really low amount of inventory, low selection for buyers, and a lot of competition. So the competition is still out there, the multiple buyers are still out there as well. So then you say to me, Kathy, what about the foreclosure moratorium because of the pandemic? What about that? Aren't there going to be homes coming on the market from that whole thing ending? So my question for you, number 3, is when did the moratorium end in Florida? And if you said September, you would be right. It ended in September, and now it's November, and we are still not seeing any increase in inventory. And I know you guys like stats, so I want to share the stats with you. So here's the data. Bank-owned and short sales represented only 0.6 of all home sales for October 2021. That was 26 houses in Central Florida. And that's a 61% drop over October 2020, and that was 67 homes. So there's even fewer distressed homes on the market now than there was before. So we're really looking at low inventory, no distressed homes hardly on the market. And so all that is just another way of saying it's still a seller's market. It's going to be a seller's market going into 2021. But the good news is that you can hang on to these lower interest rates. The Fed has promised to keep the low interest rates going until 2023. So we're looking good for maybe most of 2022 to keep these lower interest rates. It's not going to be sub 3%. It's going to be, 3 to 3.5%, probably pushing towards 4% towards the end of the year. But it makes it still a great opportunity to get into a home before these interest rates go up. So what is the interest rates if they go up to 4 to 4.5%? What does that mean? It means, it could mean that on like a $500,000 home, your payment could be $200 or $300 more a month. That can make the difference between being able to afford a $500,000 home or a $400,000 home or $450,000. So, it makes a big difference, and it plays into what we are looking at for the housing market for 2022. Also, 3 to 7% growth is kind of a healthy growth. That's not what we would call any type of crazy, explosive, bubbling type of growth. That's a really healthy growth. So we're looking at another great year in 2022 to actually look at buying a home and getting into the market. New construction is still behind. Hopefully though, the indicators that I'm hearing from one of my favorites, Dr. Lawrence Yun, is that new construction is going to start getting caught up with by mid-spring. So we might have a little more inventory availability by mid-spring. That's what we're hoping for. And hey, definitely smash the like button like I said. Hang on, I've got another great video coming up. It was great to see you. If you have any comments, let me know. Let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I wrong? What do you think about this information that I'm sharing with you? Is the housing bubble here? Is it not? Are we still looking at the prices going up still a little bit? Are we looking at it still being a good opportunity to buy a home and have home ownership? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.